and Steve are gonna do bits and have some fun. Dynamic banter. Honking horns and ringing bells and making good. Dynamic banter. Don't forget the history road on Dynamic Banter.
Dynamic banter. Screaming. Just want to make sure.
Rubbing up dust, grabbing the class. You gonna go clean up the club?
I like that you guys like that song so much.
It's good, man.
Because it's a good song.
Dude, I love what you were doing over there on your side of the song was like not expected.
What
It sounds good.
Oh, good.
It's not like I just am so used to doing. I didn't expect you to do anything like that, and it's just good. It's
Dude,
a good song.
I'm starting to miss
Doing good.
music more. Just like touching stuff and hearing music come out
I
of it.
know,
But I'm such a piece of shit that I'm like, guitar's all the way over there.
dude.
It's all the way over there.
Trust me, I get it, man. I get it.
There are 3 buckles and you gotta be like,
But see, you're gonna be like 3 metal buckles, and then you gotta
and then you gotta have enough room to open the case.
and then,
Get
dude,
out.
you think you could just pull out a guitar and just start playing it?
That's
no,
out of tune.
that's not how it
The
works.
neck is
it's out of tune. The neck is warped,
Scow, no.
dude.
Scow, no.
Ding, 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 ding,
I don't want that.
ding,
Scow,
ding,
no.
ding,
Scow, no.
Scream.
There was no effect on that at all.
Dude, you know what though? I'm glad. There's a part of me that's like, I understand where you're at with like the music thing and the comedy thing and the entertainer thing. Like I'm in a place too where I'm like, if I wanted to, I could just be a musician maybe and just really focus in there and live in there and put music out. And whether it's successful or not is up to whatever. But
Dude,
I could put my life into it.
Yeah, you
And
can't-
do it.
It's an option.
Yeah.
You still have to eat at some point.
Yeah, you still have to eat. And maybe we're at a point where we can kind of play around and it wouldn't be too destructive to be like, I'm going to shift gears and now I'm a musician.
Let's see.
There's a way where if we still do DB and like, you know, that's still a thing. And then, you know, other things are still coming in the pipeline.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a world where I could be like, let me give it a shot.
Yeah, man.
But
That's
like,
been my whole life. There's
Exactly.
several things happening at once. All you got to do, it goes back to when my parents told me, you could be a musician, just keep yourself afloat. And as long as you got something to keep you afloat, you could play with whatever. You could be as artsy as you want if you can pay your bills.
Yeah. And I think that's important because, you know, there is also the starving artist idea there is, and look, just because that's like a few people's stories doesn't mean that that's exactly what's going to work for you. So your parents were just saying the absolute smartest, safest way to do it.
You're saying their parents told them that they were going to starve.
Or they were like, yeah, you're never going to make it. And then they go like, I'm going to make it. And it's like, well, they forgot to tell you that you should also have maybe even a shitty job you don't want while you do it. Yeah. Someone needed to tell them that. But I like that it's almost like I don't want you to pick up the guitar because you're in the comedy world right now.
Just blow that.
Yeah.
Like I ruined my baseball career.
I'm saying, I'm telling you, man, get out of baseball.
Dude, my dad was talking about when I quit baseball the other day. And
he's like, you're never going to be good at it.
I think it made him more sad. Either I don't remember how sad it made him, or I think it made him more sad than I remember feeling. I know he was bummed out because he loves baseball so much. But I think when I was like, nah, high school baseball fucking sucks. And this coach is too serious.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make me feel good when I don't do good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go play music with my friends.
Right.
And be bad at that for 3 years.
Right.
And I think it bummed him out because I think that at least he thought I was much better than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Because I would make like all-star teams. And then I would make like junior Olympic teams. Mm-hmm. And then when it came to high school and there was sports, but there were also like girls and social life and grades that kind of mattered to get into college. Yeah. I was like, this is too much. I'm just not going to be good at baseball.
Right.
And then I always thought that if I was as good as other people thought I was, I would have like made like the varsity high school team and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
But
then
I
you
wasn't.
could have just kept
Why'd
going.
that go off? That went off.
No.
Let's see, in the middle of my solo about
right
baseball.
here, solo.
Anyway.
Let's find out.
But he was like, the other day, he was like, dude, I'm sorry for if I ever made you feel bad about quitting baseball. And I was like, I don't remember feeling that bad. I played music. It was awesome. All right. Do you want me to press the button? Because I feel like you've pressed every other button on the camera.
Except for it's the big red button, right?
Do you see? Press it. That is going now. Now it's going.
The little oh, I thought that meant it was
Recording
going.
is on the other. It's the other corner.
I fucked up.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because we have this one. And Ryan. And yes. Great. What were we talking about? Baseball's fun. You ever play baseball?
You said your dad was disappointed. Probably.
Yeah, but I never thought about him as like overbearing sports dad. I think he just liked it.
My dad also, same, but with soccer.
Yeah.
And I know he was bummed out that I didn't like soccer. Because imagine having two boys,
Yeah.
and you're a big, like, old
At
school
least one of these
machismo.
gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but your dream is that both of them, right? And they go into fucking FIFA and shit. And,
Yeah.
like, do soccer their whole lives. And I'm thank fuck for my brother. Thank fuck, thank God, thank dog, thank George.
He did nerdy stuff
He did
first.
all the things that my parents wanted their kids to do in an ideal, like, kind of like, oh, you want. I mean, eventually I ended up being okay.
Yeah.
But it took a really long time for me and for them to figure out that I was going to be okay because I just wasn't doing things normal kids should be doing.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing games outside. I wasn't doing, but my brother was.
You were burning cats. And
I was inside. Yeah, I was like lighting fires, but never lit the whole garage.
Yeah,
so I was
good.
really safe.
You got one up on Zoya.
Yeah, and I was making weird sketches and shit, and
Yeah.
I was like doing weird music and like making my friends laugh and being a weird kid.
And they just want you to be okay, and they know
Yes.
how hard it is to make a living at that.
Yes.
And they were like, no, you got to be a professional
Yeah.
soccer player.
So for a while they were like worried.
Yeah.
But my brother was like doing all the things you're supposed to do, like getting a job when you're like getting your permit when you're 16, getting a job when you're 18, or
Yeah.
what, or even before that or whatever. And then he was the soccer guy, did soccer all in high school, was real good at it.
Cool.
And played basketball and all that shit. So like my parents got that, which I'm sure my dad was super stoked about. And then they got like the weird, like,
Were they
artsy
bummed when
kid.
he stopped?
Probably, but by the time he stopped, it's like he was already like giving them grandkids and shit.
Oh, sure,
And it
sure.
was like next big
The ultimate.
the ultimate.
Yeah, you
thing,
start your own
Which
team.
again, thank fuck for my brother because he's really taking care of all the things my parents wanted out of us initially. But now my mom, dude, I have to tell you, my mom sent me something that almost broke my heart this weekend.
In a good way or bad way?
In a bad way and a good way. Because it was like, I remember when I told you, did I tell you? Okay, so
Welcome back.
welcome back to the show. I was driving on the freeway and I was with my friend Shannon and we were going to the Ren Fair and my whole family was in another car. My whole family, Mike.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my two nephews.
Yeah.
In one big car. And they saw me, but they didn't say shit. They didn't honk. They didn't try to get my attention or anything.
Because you were dressed.
Because
like
I
Lord of the
had a
Rings.
big goblin thing, and they were like, "We don't want to associate with that shit." No, I was dressed normally. I didn't have anything weird on. But so that's the simple story. We went our separate ways. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
They didn't call me. They didn't text me. And then like 3 or 4 days later, my mom calls me and we talk for a little bit. And then she's like, "Oh, by the way, we saw you on the freeway." And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I made this whole thing about it. Like, you gotta say hi to me.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
you gotta. But what was happening in their car was like, my dad was like, don't bother him. He's on the freeway. He's got to keep his eyes on the road.
You were going.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. So that was
75
my
miles an
dad.
hour?
My
Yeah.
dad was like, let him be safe.
Yeah.
Also, he's with a girl. And it's like, leave him alone.
Don't blow this for him.
Yeah, like leave him alone. And my mom was like, oh, we gotta at least say hi.
Bump into him.
And my brother is like, no, leave him alone, leave him alone. We'll call him or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the whole discussion in the car.
Right.
And I didn't even know about it. And so I was like,
You hearing about it afterwards, like, my family hates it.
yeah, well, I was like, how dare they? Dude, and in that same fucking drive, Mike, that same drive,
You saw Shannon's family.
Joe Beretta
Oh, wow.
pulls up next to me and is like flipping me off and yelling.
Yeah.
And he's got his whole body out of his car window.
And his family's in this car.
He's got kids at home. They could lose their father with him fucking around on the freeway. But he's screaming at me and making jokes. And I'm like, I love it. And then I'm like, I love you, Joe. And then my fucking family didn't even get my attention.
Well, those are different
Different
people.
things. So I made like kind of a thing out of it somewhere, I don't know, on a podcast or on some stream or something.
Yeah.
And my mom, and I was like, whatever. I just threw it out there and I was like, I love my family, whatever. They just wanted me to be safe, whatever. My mom texted me this huge text that's like, Mijo, I'm so sorry I didn't say anything on the road, and you know we love you so much. And it was like this legitimate apology, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom,
Because now thousands of people.
exactly. I do, and she didn't want to seem like she was a shit mom and whatever. And she's not. She'll. There's nothing she can do to be a shit mom. Okay, Mom. I know you're listening. So I said to her, I was like, listen, Mom, when I do my shows, like, I'm trying to be funny, and I'm like, there's a heightened version of the stories I tell that are meant to be for the entertainment purpose, right? And I'm like, there's no world where I'm legitimately mad at you about
So this
that.
is your apology video back to your mom.
Right. And I just was like, Mom. No, I sent her that text.
Right,
I was
right,
like,
right,
we were
sure.
texting, and I was
Yeah.
like, Mom, I love you. I really don't give a shit. Obviously, you guys wanted me to be safe. You made a very safe decision. And I love you guys.
And that's what a mom
I
would
was,
do.
yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, you made the safe decision. That's what we expect you to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was a little bummed that my family didn't do a wacky thing to get my attention.
Yeah.
Because I love wacky things to get people's attention.
You were also talking about how you grew up feeling so different from
Exactly. And that's the thing. And that there's the differences that we acknowledge
Yeah.
and don't take personally, because
Yeah.
it's like we love each other and it doesn't matter. But
You
it
know,
like,
it's
oh,
like you grow up for so long and you're exactly half one person
Yeah.
and half the other person.
Yeah.
And then the balances change, and then you live your own life.
right.
And then you become part something else.
Yeah.
And,
And-
that's where you start to go, and that's beautiful.
Yeah. And you never know what is going to happen. It's a big cosmic dice roll,
Yeah.
which is my favorite AC/DC song.
Cosmic dice roll.
And you know, you kind of just have to hope for the best. And my parents did a great job. Obviously, everyone has their ups and downs and shit.
Yeah.
And I think that even though I'm a weirdo and I expect them to give me the weirdness back sometimes, it's like that's just never gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I still love them, and they're amazing, and they're great in their own ways. And you know, it is what it is. It's your family, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, yeah.
Which brings me to huge news, Mike. I have a big announcement.
You're pregnant.
I'm pregnant. Rub-a-dub-dub, scrub-scrub-dub. Steve is baking a baby in the tub. Steve gonna have a baby in the tub. Boom, 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 to get him on earth. Steve's gonna have a natural birth.
A couple days before, Steve has to fast. We'll run a bath, put him in the bath.
Get him in the bath. Get that boy in the bath.
Steve had a baby because he was real bored. Might come over, cut the big cord.
There's a picture of you like with the dude. So the other day, real quick, where are we? We gotta do some ads. Oh, good, we're good. So the other day, I got a promotional package in the mail for something, some show about the making of The Godfather. So they sent me this package and it had all this Italian stuff in it. And so I was doing my bit, right? And I was like, it's not racist. It's not racist.
But
I'm sorry, right? Like I have a lot of Italian
no reason
friends.
to be sorry if you're not that doesn't mean anything.
So, dude, I was doing all these bits, and I felt kind of bad about it. I was like, whatever, I'm just doing stupid comedy, and if someone wants to get mad,
You guys know my heart.
I'll take it away. You know, I'll take it down if someone doesn't like it. So my mom messages me, dude. She watched them, and she says,
This is why we didn't say hi to you.
"This is why we didn't say hi to you, because you're racist."
Think about
She broke my heart.
how Mike's family would feel.
Dude, you're not gonna believe this. My mom said, "Mijo,
You need to go to therapy, me.
this is," and here's where here's the thing she replied to. Look, we're gonna find out what this is in a second. I'll keep it over here with the pasta then. Okay, wait, that was something else. Anyway, I did all these bits, and she said, "Mijo, we are Mexican and Italian."
Shut the fuck up. You don't make me get up.
Dude, I got Italian.
Nah, you're out.
Shut the fuck up. You don't make me get up.
You're out.
So I brought some cannolis. Dude,
No.
dude, listen. She said, and we have Spanish. She said, my father's mother was from Italy. She's Italian.
Okay.
Born and raised
She's
in
in.
Italy.
She's in.
Father's mother. And they said, we found the Italian side when my father passed away.
Wow.
So there's a whole Italian side of
Such
my
an
family.
Italian thing to not talk about.
Right? To hide it. Mike, I think there's some kinship in us.
Maybe
Just
that's
even
it.
if it's just a smidge, if it's just a pinch.
Yeah. Because we are not unlike brothers where we've had
In
ups
so
and
many
downs.
ways, yeah.
But also I've said since the beginning of everything that we've done together, we laugh together unlike
Yeah.
anybody else I
Yeah.
know out here.
Yeah.
And there is a very special feeling that I get whenever I meet other Italians in the wild. So it does make sense that there's a little bit
The tractor beam makes sense.
the Wapdago tractor.
The fact that we somehow magnetically found each other in the world.
Yeah.
And we laugh like you laughed with your childhood friends.
We thought it was Cloverfield this whole time.
We thought it was. And in fact, it was a little funiculi funicula.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, how cool is that?
We have to go back and erase all the times. Dude, I was like, you can't do
Yeah.
that.
So,
Dude, that's why I get canceled.
you were telling an Italian guy
You
to
told
not
him.
do Italian stuff.
You said.
Dude. So I'm going to go on a little bit of a journey maybe to find out just how much Italian is in my
You're
family.
going to go on an ayahuasca
So-
primavera.
No, Mike, there's
Journey.
another part of this announcement.
Oh, fuck.
You and I are flying to Italy.
Yes. To do Dynamic
And
Banter
to do-
live in the Roman
We're going to do
Coliseum.
Dynamic Banter in Italy while we're there, and you could do some shows. But we're going to go down a little, we're going to go through a familial journey
Yeah.
to try and find the Italian side of my family.
We could just go to the Bronx if you want. You think there's no
That's where
Spanish
the-
Italian people in the Bronx?
They're like, you think they're in Italy? Why do you think they're in Italy?
Let's just take care of like.
Why did you go to Italy before finding out?
It's because
if
you
they
grew
were
up in
Italy?
California. You're like, Italians are so far
Right,
away.
they're all in Italy.
They're all in
They're
Italy
nowhere-
and Chicago.
They're nowhere else. But we could go on a fun journey and figure that out. But how cool is that?
Yeah, that's great.
So, I was also given some cannolis, and I was gonna bring them, and I forgot them.
You forgot.
But there's also refrigerator cannoli cream, and it's from this famous. Exactly. Because there's a lot of it, and we're not gonna use all of it.
Well,
But it's from a place called in New York.
It's in New York.
In New York.
What's
It's
that
called-
fucking Italian place in Beverly Glen? It's Italy.
I don't know it.
Italy. Now I can start sharing things with you. You have to learn things. You have to know who Louis
Teach me the
Prima
ropes.
is.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have to
I got
know-
some Louis Prima records.
You need to know about Dominic the Donkey.
Okay. Yeah. See, you taught me about Dominic the Donkey.
You need to know who Lazy
Yeah.
Mary.
But I taught you about Ferdinand the Bull, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm not Mexican.
No, you're not Mexican. Dude, what if your mom's like, well, actually.
My mom recently, it's like we're a little less Greek.
Whoa.
And we're like the Balkans.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that I might be Albanian, and I do this to Zoya.
Whoa.
I'm like, that's why your Nana knew.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. That's amazing. So you guys are connected via family, too.
We are family.
You're related.
Yes.
So this place in New York, they sent me some cannolis, and it's from a place called Venieros.
They sent you cannoli. Oh, through the movie.
Through the
thing.
movie thing.
I
yeah.
thought because
they
I was about to be so upset. That's all you have to
I
do.
got my package.
Is that you have to. You got your birthright package of
I did get my
cannoli cream.
birthday package.
If you
it had
have-
an accordion in it.
Yeah, it had a mustache in it. If you have an Italian, if you're a woman, it has like leggings with leg hair on them. If you have a blue check mark and you say, I just found out that I'm Italian on Twitter,
They'll send you a package.
Elon Musk will send you a package of cannoli cream.
Care of the Italian government. And you get your official Italian starter kit. It's got some pasta in there.
It has some capricoli.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of meats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
has-
chains.
It has a butchered English Italian swear dictionary.
But that book is like the handbook for the recently deceased.
Yeah.
You only get it
Yeah.
if you're Italian.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
can't share that
You
book.
can't even see it if you're not.
No, you can't. You can't. I can only see half the pages because I've only got a little bit.
It's like mist.
Dude, how funny is that? It's like, oh, I can't see through this mist. How funny is that, though? My mom
very
with all the
funny.
bangers this week. But yeah, she was. So I'll find out. I don't know. I'll find out how much Italian is in my damn lineage.
Dude, I wouldn't be
Lineage.
surprised if my mom and your mom were related.
Right?
somehow. Because they have similar dispositions.
Or we're childhood friends or something.
Yeah, we already did
didn't
this.
know? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
How crazy would that be? They had their own podcast.
You know, I've been
was
thinking a
on
lot
record.
about laying a full podcast
They had a
on the
radio
most
show.
expensive podcast ever. We pressed the records in the basement.
People loved it in the town.
Welcome back.
Dude. That's fun. All right. Want to do some ads?
Sure. I'm gonna have to do peeps at some point.
Oh, yeah. You want to do that now? And I'll just thank the sponsors and stuff and then go
I
slow?
can do that. I really I want it to be a dire situation.
Okay.
when
I like that. I like that. That's professional.
Neil Ghosh with
guys.
the music.
Let me tell you guys about Neil Ghosh. Oh my gosh. This dude came in clutch. Gave us some good tunes, and that's what you're hearing right now. This flesh...
Neil Ghosh, my flesh
My
and blood.
flesh and blood. Hello, Flesh. Thank you so
That's our spooky Halloween edition. Zombie subscription meal.
Would honey just be blood?
Don't be having no brains. Get Hello Flesh.
The whole ad is like...
This cold.
I want to thank HeadGum. Shout out to HeadGum and the sponsors, and to you, the listening audience, for loving our ad portions. We have a lot of fun, Mike and I. We like the whole show is about us trying to make each other laugh, pretty much. So
You're
even
goddamn
during the
right, Steve.
ads-
You're goddamn right.
There he goes. And when you guys check out the ads, when you guys go to the sites and use the promo codes and stuff, it really helps the show out and helps us out.
Me and Steve agreed to wear a necklace that every time you guys go check out the ads or use the discount code, we get a little shot.
Oh yeah, dude. There. Is he okay?
And that's the truth.
Did he know he was gonna go to the void?
He's gone forever.
Damn, that sucks. Goodbye. That version of Mike is gone. But you know what, guys? It's okay because we got this version of Mike, and it's even better. So let's talk about honey, man. Let me tell you about honey. Ooh, honey, honey, honey. I online shop a lot. More than the IRL shop. Because it's easy. You can do it from your phone, you can do it from your computer, whatever. And I'll tell you guys, when I'm ordering stuff online, there's always that little box. And it says you can put a promo code in there, and I don't know it. Oh. But you know who does know it? Honey. That's right, Honey absolutely automatically searches for those coupon codes so that you don't have to look for them and maybe guess if maybe they will work or not. Honey is a free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. And Honey supports over 30,000 stores online that range from sites that have tech and gaming products to popular fashion brands and even food delivery. Now here's how it works, guys. Easy peasy. Imagine you're shopping at one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the Honey button drops down, and all you gotta do is click apply coupons. That's easy enough. You wait a few seconds as Honey searches for those coupons if it can find for this site. And if Honey finds a working coupon, you're gonna watch them prices drop. Even the prices. And guys, Honey has found its over 17 million members, over $2 billion in savings. So if you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out. I ordered a pair of shoes. I don't want to say the brand. I'm being careful. What's that, Mike? I'm not saying the brand. I'm not going to say the brand. I'm not going to say where I got them. But I got a discount on it because Honey saved my little hiney. So guys, Honey is free. It installs in seconds. And by getting it, you're doing yourself a solid and you're supporting the podcast. Isn't that nice? And we'd never recommend things that we don't use ourselves, would we, Mike?
Yeah, sometimes.
So get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/banter. That's joinhoney.com/banter. Save your monies. Do it easy. Do it with Honey.
Dude, imagine you were buying stuff online and your friend is over and looking over your shoulder like, what are you buying? And you say shoes. You don't say the brand name to your friend, you just say shoes.
Totally don't, yeah.
And then there's the discount field, like you were saying, and they were like, oh, try this. And you're like, what? Why would I try? No, I heard it. That's what having Honey
Exactly.
is like. Yeah.
And then you go, what? All right, fine, I'll try it. And then it works.
And
And you're like, whoa, bro.
And then you're like, let me take you out to dinner. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to owe anyone because you'll never have to take Honey out to dinner.
And I'll never take Honey out to dinner. Guys, I love Quip. Don't you love Quip, Mike?
Yeah.
I love it. And let me tell you something about Quip. Good health starts with good habits.
I'll tell you this. Getting a Quip toothbrush changed the trajectory of how I take care of my mouth.
Change the mouth game.
It's nice to have something that vibrates in your mouth, especially when you're trying to get clean.
And it tells you via the vibrations which side of the mouth you should be focusing on.
Because sometimes you could just zone out while you're brushing your teeth and be like, how long have I been on the left top side of my mouth?
Oh, and you're disoriented.
Disoriented, you could pass out if you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
But Quip forces you to pay attention. This side of your mouth, that side of your mouth, that side, and you're clean.
And I'm brushing my teeth with a regular toothbrush, dude, and I'm dizzy.
Yeah.
And I'm like brushing it around and I'm like, whoa, where am I? I lose my mind a little bit.
Using a regular toothbrush is kind of bad for you.
Bad for me,
Quip.
at least. I'm like, where am I?
Dude, I found Steve in an airport one day and I was like, what do you do? He was through security.
I was brushing my teeth and I'm like, And Mike put his hand on my shoulder. I'm like, oh, whoa, Mike?
And I was like, why aren't you using your Quip toothbrush?
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then Mike took me by the hand. I was in my bathrobe.
I missed my flight.
Mike missed his flight, but he took me by the hand and he brought me home and he showed me his Quip toothbrush. He let me use his. And he's like, try this out. I wasn't dizzy. I didn't freak out.
No.
I wasn't scared. I'm usually scared when I brush my teeth. So here's the deal, guys. The Quip electric toothbrush is loved by over 7 million mouths. Mike?
Yeah.
Huh? And has time sonic vibrations. That's what Mike and I were talking about. They're called sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses that guide the dentist recommended 2-minute clean. Ooh, yeah. And it's lightweight and sleek. And I'll tell you, it looks real cool on your sink top. There it is. That's what it sounds like when it's working. Here's a simulation of using a Quip toothbrush. Well, it's not doing it that much.
That was like a compilation.
Over time.
Yeah.
The different types of sounds. And guys, there's a multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter, and it's so easy to travel with, and it's cool. And there's reusable handles and a range of sleek metal hues, including the best-selling all black and all pink, as well as bright plastic colors sure to make a pop to your bathroom counter. All right. And guys, you know that Quip delivers those brush heads to you on a dentist recommended regiment. And in addition to those brush heads, Quip also delivers
Dude, you know what is good?
tongue twister here.
When I used regular toothbrushes, I never got new toothbrushes until that one was disgusting or gone.
Yeah.
And now when they deliver them to you, yeah.
It
When it looks like a broom, when it looks like a kitchen broom,
Flower.
or like a bad paintbrush. And then it really helps having them delivered to you, because then you feel like you're reeing up your mouth every now and then.
Oh, yeah. And come on, you're being kind to your mouth. You switch out things when you're done with them, and you should do. And when you're working with the inside of your mouth, you take it. You come on. Guys, Quip also delivers, in addition to those brush heads we were talking about, fresh floss, toothpaste, mouthwash, and gum refills, guys. Every 3 months from $5, and shipping is free. You can save money and skip the hustle and bustle of in-store shopping. With stylish and affordable electric brushes starting at just $25, you're not going to be paying through the teeth for better oral health. So, if you go to getquip.com/banter right now, you're going to get your first refill for free. Friggity free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/banter. First refill free at getquip.com/banter. Get your first refill free. Quip. The Good Habits Company. Bye, buddy.
Thank you for the information.
Why do we even use it if we know we're going to go into the digital void and get lost there?
It's too expensive.
Last but not least, guys, I'm going to tell you about Stitcher. Huh?
Sure, now that's a place where you can play podcasts. Is that right?
Absolutely, my friend. And don't you even know? So, guys, why don't you dive into the minds of some of the world's funniest people with Kevin Hart and his show, Comedy Gold Mines. From rising stars to comedy legends, we've talked about Kevin Hart here on the show. Kevin pairs with comedic tastemakers for ear-opening dialogue that takes listeners on a wild and crazy ride through some of the world's top comedic minds, from chronicling their comedy club experiences to a sneak peek of their latest material. Each episode is packed with punchlines, anecdotes, and inside jokes. Sounds kind of familiar. And how about this? Each week, Kevin Hart has on a new and exciting guest, one of comedy's greats, including Eric Andre, Amy Schumer, Sarah Silverman, David Spade, JB Smoove, and many more. I love JB Smoove.
So funny, man.
Do you see him do stand-up? Have you ever seen him do stand-up?
I don't know if
I would love to see him.
I wonder if he lives in LA.
Oh, maybe he doesn't. Yeah,
he's
he
a
might
New
be a
York
New York guy. Yeah. He's so funny, though. Episodes talk about everything from their comedy club experiences to a sneak peek of their latest material, and each episode is packed with punchlines. Well, I just said that. And this podcast is truly a comedy fan's inside look into the world of comedy. So, guys, why don't you listen to Comedy Gold Mines on the SXM app, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's the SXM app, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. Comedy Gold Mines. And it says there's a promo code Banter, but there's no
Just put it in.
link. So if there's a place to put a promo code in, put Banter in there.
Just do that.
When you go to Comedy Gold Mines or Stitcher.
When you start listening to that podcast, you have to at Stitcher and Kevin Hart and say, I started listening to you because of Dynamic Banter.
Thank you, Neil Ghosh, for those tunes. Thank you, Neil Ghosh, for giving us the toast and we put it in the toasted up the most. And thank you, Neil Ghosh, oh my gosh, gonna give it the toast and drink it up the most. Now we're in the jungle and we're digging through the trees looking for those bees. Dude,
So silly. So
how you doing? You going anywhere soon, Mike?
I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Got anything to promote? I know this Friday or tonight. Tonight's a really exciting show.
Yeah, tonight's the Surrounded show at the Netflix is a Joke Festival. It's going to be a fun time. I think I mistakenly said that the one after this is on 5/6. But I think we're going to, because we're doing this late in the month one, it's usually the first Friday of every month. We're going to skip to June and do June 3rd will be the one after this.
Okay.
If we didn't get to.
Wow, so that's going to be a little bit. Little
Yeah, a little month off.
month off.
I mean, we did so many. We did the ones at the beginning of this month. And then I was immediately in Texas doing 3 more. And then we do 2 more for the end of April for this festival.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the beginning of the next month off and then pack it out again on June 3rd. Thank you, Neil.
Mike, are they going to push people out between the shows?
I
They
think
were
so.
both sold out.
Because I think there's a bunch of... we'll try to keep as many people in there as possible because the show is better when there's a shit ton of people.
I'm going to
in
try
there.
to go to the bathroom during the shuffle.
Yeah. Go to the bathroom during the shuffle and get lost in it.
Maybe I'll clean it up.
Clean up the bathroom. I think they'd appreciate
Make
that.
myself useful in there. Dub it up, dub, stream up the club. Steve gonna clean the Netflix, the joke club. When Steve's in the club, the fun never ends. Steve's gonna help clean up his friends.
When Steve's in the club, the fun never ends. Steve's gonna clean up behind all his friends.
Steve gonna clean up after his friends.
Oh my god.
That's a fun. It could be a fun song just about a guy named Steve who cleans the club.
I think that people should use that song when they teach like their kids or their boyfriends to clean the apartment.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a fun use of that sound.
Yeah, because it could be steps too. Like step 1,
Cleaning up really easy.
step 2,
Cleaning up still easy.
3.
Do a little at a time. It don't have to rhyme. It gets done. Little piece of garbage here and there. Next thing you know, the whole damn place is clear. Cleaning's easy.
All right. I hope you guys come to these shows because it's always fun.
Yes.
And it's going to be a good time. Should we do some history roads?
Yeah. I think
Jumping
so.
right in. Let's jump right in.
Okay.
Where's my history roads?
I felt like there was something else I wanted to say to you at some point.
History.
I can't remember. I'll see if I have anything written down.
Okay.
History.
No, notebook's in the other room. It's
History.
gone. It's gone forever.
History.
Three different songs at once. I love it.
Not out of place. Not even out of place a little bit.
All right. Someone named Pope Guru has sent us an email saying, with no subject, saying, "Hello, Elgato Stream Deck and microphone.
Okay.
My name's Kenny. I'm a big fan. Horn honking two horn, born boy. You know the intro. It's me, the boy from New York, who told a story about an orangutan and then got that same story read on episode 294, Get Got. I'm here with a piss story for your Oddcast."
History Oddcast. History.
One day in my life as a fifth grader, about 4 foot 8 inches tall boy, I sat there in the lunchroom fighting back those old bladder calls to go flow in the urinal, just like you were doing earlier, Mike. Mm-hmm. I continuously raised my hand, danced in my seat, and begged for bathroom permission from those damn lunch ladies monitoring us.
No, they use
Isn't that
their power.
crazy, dude?
Yeah.
How crazy is it? Like, is that still a thing?
Well,
we have
kids
to ask
are
to
like
go to the bathroom.
always misbehaving at all
I
times.
know. So you
and
have
there's no
to.
way to wrangle them. Because I would have been like, yeah, I could go to the bathroom, or I can go right outside and punch my friend Joey in the face as hard as I can.
Yeah.
And I would have done both of them.
Or go and show my friend who's like a hall monitor right now that I can snort up pixie sticks. I couldn't wait 10 more minutes for recess.
Watch this. You want to see me make everything smell like lemon lime for a month?
It's so interesting though that like that we all know that feeling of having to go so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, seriously this
Yeah,
time.
like that whole thing where you're
Yeah.
like, please, Miss Dingstrom.
And then that's why you grow up with weird fetishes.
Right? Exactly.
Let me piss.
Because you peed just a little onto your leg and it felt kind of good. And you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh, I'm like
Oh, I like pee-pee.
the Dr. BB t-shirt. That's perfect. What a perfect history road.
Dude, so she kept asking if it was an emergency. It was. Key word there is was. Because I had then became a pissy pants boy. Everybody knew I pissed my pants. And only I knew it was this lunch woman's fault. I wore a pair of sweatpants from the Lost and Found.
That's the best. I
Yeah.
forgot that part of the
whole,
process.
like, you can pick something out of this box.
Yeah, can I wear this jacket?
Yeah,
Like,
that
no,
kid
no.
Corey who died last year.
We took his pants.
Took his pants.
Why did they take his pants?
I mean, those were school pants. They were school pants,
He died in school property.
and they were like, "Sorry, we're gonna need those pants."
Damn.
I wore a
Hey,
pair
do
of
we
sweatpants.
still have the piss pants? And then they just keep his pants in the box
Do we got
until
that,
they dry
yeah,
out.
That piss locker where it's full of stuff with if someone pisses. I wore a pair of sweatpants from the Lost and Found that were for sure a grown adult's pair of sweatpants. So I don't know what that was doing there in a Lost and Found at an elementary school. All in all,
Science teacher can't go to the gym after school now
he shit his pants and
because he has to fucking provide you with.
all in all, I'm a pants pisser, and pissing your pants is actually really cool Because Billy Madison said so. Have
That's
a
true. That's a good
nice
point.
day, boys. Honk honk.
Thank you for sharing your past. Your pants history.
Wow, this is a really long history, Road.
Dude, I remember, I wonder if that lunch lady felt supremely bad for that. I remember one time I was walking a dog that I shared with a roommate, and I love that dog so much, but she had like separation anxiety issues, so I can never tell when she really needed to go to the bathroom or if she was just having her separation stuff, and it took her a long time to like calm her down for that. And one day I remember I didn't want her to poop on our landlord's lawn because he lived like across from us. But she was like freaking out, and I was like, dude, you know, come on. And I was like pulling her towards like just the next lawn over.
Yeah.
And she like pooped on the street. And I remember being like, I'm such a piece of shit. I'm so sorry. I should have just let you poop. Like, if you're gonna like immediately like poop while you're walking, I should stop.
Meant you should have stopped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's on me. So
Yeah.
I wonder if when you pissed your little kid pants, if the lunch lady was like, this kid really needed to piss.
Yeah.
And I thought
I was
that he
thinking
was
about that.
jacking around.
I was thinking about that because it's like from the lunch lady's perspective, it's like you're busy too. You got a job to do. You're feeding kids.
You have to kind
You're
of watch all
scooping
of
up.
them for 45 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, and think about how many jobs we've had.
They're all actively making fun of you to your
Right?
face.
And they're like, she's fat. You guys ever seen someone who's fat?
She's like, I'm 95 pounds.
It's like, come on. Just because I'm not like you, you're a kid.
Yeah.
But like, how many jobs? Like, I couldn't even tell you how many jobs you and I have probably had where you have one job, but you're expected to do like 7 other jobs too. And it's like so sad that the lunch ladies are like also low key like babysitters.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of fucked up that that's like part of that whole process. So I was thinking like, in that moment as a kid, you're like, it's this fucking lunch lady's fault, that fucking bitch, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I hate her. She made me pee-pee boy for the whole year.
They gave me a bad memory for the
Call
rest
me
of my life.
pee-pee boy. No girl would date me after pee-pee boy.
Janice's fault.
And it's like, yeah, but that lunch lady was like busy as shit too. And it's like,
And she thought you were a piece of shit.
what does she have, like 900 eyeballs to see all the little kid hands up in the air?
I would say
Also-
the school has no budget, but they need more. They need PB monitors.
Wait a minute, man. We're overlooking something really obvious here.
He drank a bunch of liquid on purpose. He
No.
did it to himself.
Yeah.
PB's coming from inside the
The
pants.
pee-pee was coming from inside the pants. Maybe the lunch lady put the pee-pee there. Yeah, she's like, and then she went,
This kid.
for the visit. And then she
This kid
pops
peed
the
his pants. You're not making fun of me anymore. Look at this kid. Look at Joey. Janice is kind of cool for pointing it out.
She's not fat. She's 93 pounds. Soaking wet. Dude, but like, here's what we're overlooking. This is like what insane maniac. That woman needs to be fired.
No, she shouldn't have this job.
Dude,
What are we overlooking?
we're at lunch. You still have to ask to go to the bathroom at fucking lunch, dude?
Yeah, because it's an unsupervised kid. Kid has to walk down the hall by himself.
Is that what it was like?
I think so.
In
I used to get
elementary
trouble.
school.
Dude, I used to get in trouble. Daily detentions. Because I was talking in the lunchroom. Talking. Not even talking my pants. Just talking to my friends.
You know what,
because they
though,
would be
man?
like, we have to line you guys up to go back to class. Now you listen to the teachers, no more talking. And you're not going to tell me to not
During
talk.
lunchtime?
Yeah, and I would have to stand on the stage, like in the shame stage.
Dude,
Like,
you know
can't
why?
stop talking. Go stand,
And there was a stage and people could see you up there and you were a delinquent and everyone
Yeah.
knew you were.
and then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So if you do something funny
It's
on
even
the
worse.
stage, boom. But that's like your Netflix
But
special.
put him
when
on a
you're little.
stage, but put the kid
Yeah.
on a stage and suddenly you're like,
You
well,
did.
now
this.
I'm going to perform.
You did this,
Right?
You piece of Miss
You
Melly.
created it.
You did this.
You created a stand-up comedian.
You did that.
Because of that stage punishment.
And everyone who shut the fuck up in lines all has a job.
And now they have a stage fetish.
They all can't come unless they're touching the stage.
Dude, I can't. Okay, now my brain is going to all sorts of different directions because I'm thinking in my elementary school, we didn't have a lunchroom because we didn't live in a place where like snow could destroy like an outdoor eating area.
You ate outside every day?
We ate outside.
Whoa.
In elementary school.
And you guys swam outside and shit too.
There was a pool right next to where we ate, and we could all fall in if we... No.
And that's where we scraped our food
No,
off
but there were outside benches in our, like, quad or whatever.
You ate outside every day?
Every day, dude.
That's awesome.
Every day.
That's awesome.
And then, as a result of that, there's, like, bathrooms everywhere. So we just
piss
go, like,
on
I'm
the
gonna go
ground.
fucking piss.
Yeah, tight. And
I
they
can't
trusted
imagine them being like, no talking out here. Because you're outside and shit.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is...
And they
like,
had us wear masks way before the
dude,
pandemic.
and that's insane.
And they said we couldn't take off our mask when we ate.
That's insane.
They had us stuff food through it.
And they said no social media too.
They said social distancing.
Said no social
and no
media.
social media.
But you can't listen to
1994 it
social
was.
distortion. Dude, so I'm thinking you guys were in a lunchroom because weather could fuck you up and
It was
being
like
inside
the gym,
would protect you.
the gymnasium.
Right.
So it had, the basketball court and the basketball hoops and a stage for when there were school
Right.
plays. And they would just move the tables out.
So
into
what
the-
I'm thinking is that like, do you remember it always being like you couldn't talk during lunch?
Not during the whole lunch,
But just
during
during-
like the time where they had to like get us up and lined up to go back to class.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's because...
And I remember Mr. Bushinsky, who was the principal,
Bushinsky.
used to point at me, talking, and when the principal caught you, it was bad.
over, yeah.
They would call your parents immediately,
Yeah.
and he would go, Mr. Falzone, and then he would go
Oh no, he did the
that.
whole hand?
whole hand. So it's like pointing at you 5 times. Get over.
You know
here
why,
right now.
dude? Because every principal does this in the mirror. They do their like...
This is no good. This is no good.
Right.
That's the one.
And
That's
someone's
mine.
like, how can I intimidate these fucking kids?
And they would call my parents. I would have detention every day. My grandma would pick me up and immediately go to Toys R Us and buy
Yes! Yes!
and a little wrestling figure and McDonald's. And she'd be like, they're telling you not to talk. Tell them to go fuck
So
themselves.
stupid.
And then my dad would be on the phone to the school being like, you're okay. So
So he talked...
they don't talk in lunch. When do they talk?
Dude, and you know what, man? Let me tell you something about that. That has to be the result of something they fucked up with. And maybe kids were too rowdy and something went wrong during the like lineup or
We
whatever.
were rowdy for
and it was
sure.
like a progression of, well, maybe like imagine how bad it had to be
Yeah.
to get to the point where the adult's decision was to be like, there's going to be a period of time where no one can talk or they'll get in
Silence.
trouble during the most active moment of the day, the
The-
most happy moment of the day.
And this was the 90s. So it was during the part of the day where they were just shoveling sugar into our mouths.
Right, right.
And they were like, shut the fuck up.
right. Snapple and
Are
shit.
you dipping a fruit by the foot in Dunkaroo frosting?
Yes, I
Shut
am.
the fuck up.
And I'm chasing it with a fucking like a
Ecto
Fruitopia,
Cooler.
fucking Fruitopia that's this big for adults.
Yeah.
And I'm chugging it. It's got enough sugar to kill a dog.
I'm just learning how to stab this bag.
And then you're like, shut your mouth for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Dude, what a nightmare.
Dude, I was talking to another friend of mine who misbehaved all the time in school, and I was like, how many times a week did you get your seat moved? I was like, I got my seat moved
so much.
several times a week.
So much.
I don't remember any class where I was like, you sit there for the whole
Yeah.
year.
I never stayed in the same
They would
spot.
try every combination of people. They'd be like, now you sit next to the good girl
No,
who's
now,
never made
yeah,
a
and now
mistake.
you're sitting next to the girl that nobody likes and they're afraid of.
Yeah.
See
and
what
then
hap-
those are your friends.
And then I end up becoming really good friends with that person.
Yeah.
And now I have crushes on girls that are Hot Topic managers.
And that's how you grow up knowing that people can go to prison and come out better people.
right.
If you... Oh, no. I'm figuring shit out.
Uh-oh.
If you stay in the good person seat all year and do what you're supposed to do and never meet a bad kid and spend your whole life being like, that's the bad kid. Let's move him out into the hallway.
That's
you
how
just
you-
see that.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a bad person.
Yeah.
And they can never change and
Yep.
they don't deserve a second
And
chance.
that's where it starts.
Yeah.
It starts right there in the classroom, in that classroom ecosystem.
Yeah.
Where, like,
that kid's not going to pay attention during DARE.
damn. We
he
learn a
doesn't.
lot when we're little kids, huh? Maybe school is a detriment to
I
our-
know kids who are pieces of shit who grew up to be, who like go to prison and stuff, and just come out better people eventually.
What if we invented a technology in the next 20 years where you can put like some kind of virtual reality helmet on your child during the hours of school and it does school for you.
Yeah.
It teaches you, but it does it in a really fun way and it's really positive and awesome. And then there's like a go outside and run around time, but then when it's time to go back to school, you come back in the room and you put on your VR headset, and it's like everything there is linear. It's like you don't have the things where there's a bad kid fucking shit up, and then you start to get a bad attitude about people that are like disruptive or whatever.
Dude, I don't know. I'm clearly not smart enough to be like, no, this is how you educate kids.
Yeah.
I don't even have a kid.
Right. But I'm saying school's
But
the problem.
I do think that there needs to be like rigid, not fun shit. I don't think everything should be fun.
I guess that's true.
And I think that you should get punished for acting out of turn. And
there should just be reaction. There
because
should
it
just
all
be
makes you.
proper
It all
learning.
makes you something.
I guess you're right. I guess
know?
you're right.
Like
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that school is bad.
I know, isn't it funny? Like I remember there was a period of my life where I was like, if I ever have a kid, I'm gonna use it as like a big experiment to see like how.
I'm gonna teach him that swears are different words and different words are
Dude,
swears.
I don't know if I ever talked about it on the show, but one of the funniest things, I mean, obviously I would never do this.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Everything's
if I ever,
the same, but he thinks purple is pronounced
Dude.
blurple.
I would raise them the exact, yeah, exactly. Everything's the same except for one thing.
Yeah.
Or like I would make it so that the only things they could watch are like classic cartoons and classic movies and stuff. And you can't watch any new shit, like
just
no
creating a person from the
Avengers,
50s?
no fucking and just see what happens. And then see what happens when they go to school and they're like,
They'd be like, "Why'd you lie to me?"
did you guys see that movie where Don Knotts talks to a cartoon, or Don Knotts is a cartoon fish?
Yeah, like
And they're like, what the fuck are you
"Yeah,
talking
Moana was cool. We all saw Moana, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
love it.
But what about what the Avett brothers did that one time?
Yeah, you guys see Duck Soup? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think your child would grow up to resent you.
Yeah, I would never do that. But I remember thinking it was a funny idea because just like in the way where you're like, I think kids need to be in stressful situations and put through situations that will prepare them for the future. You know, it's like how much can you change someone's life by just teaching them all this like
You know what you got to think about backlash wise. You got
Right.
to think about at a certain point in your life. I can't remember any point where I hated my parents, but I remember points where I would like yell back at my parents
Yeah.
and want to be away from them, right?
Yeah.
So there's your rebellious stage where you're just like, fuck my mom and dad, but they don't know and my
don't
friends know,
understand.
you know? Like, how would my friends have a car if they didn't know?
It's so stupid if they
So you got to think about like everything you've done is somehow going to factor into your kid's rebellious stage.
Totally.
So if you do any weirdo experiments,
Yeah.
your kid's going to be like, and that's why I'm fucked
Right,
up.
right.
Fuck you.
Right.
I didn't know TV was in color until I was
But then I'd
17 years
be
old.
like, look, but here's why I did it because
But it was really funny.
But I'm like, here's why I did it. It was really funny, and I didn't want to have you. So I thought, why don't I turn this
Yeah.
into an
Oh,
experiment?
then you don't have a kid anymore.
It's
and then
like,
they're
look,
Audi 5000.
some parents have kids
shoot heroin between their toes.
and don't want them and treat them like shit.
Yeah.
Some parents have kids and want them, but still treat them like shit.
'Cause they
I
don't know
treated
any
you
better.
like shit because it might be cool one day. It might
Yeah.
work out for you someday.
I think that's how you have a 30-year-old kid you don't talk to.
Right.
anymore.
And that's why I got to a point where I was like, well, you could actually never do that. You can actually never teach everything. You can never let your kid have a free life but teach them that the word purple is actually noodle. or
Dude,
something.
fast forward to them in their therapist office and
Yeah.
they're like 46 They're like, I don't know why I'm getting divorced. It's just my dad said it was blurple.
Tell us about this blurple thing.
Well, you know the color that's not blue and it's not red?
Yeah.
It's kind of in the middle?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
That's purple.
I was 40 when I discovered
Learned that it was purple. Because my dad convinced me it's blurple.
So I don't know who to trust anymore.
yeah, I guess that would make you not trust
And now I check
anybody.
my wife's phone every night.
It's blurple. I mean purple. Fuck! All right.
My fingers, I check my wife's phone until my fingers are blue and blur. Because I got trusted.
Dude, that's funny. We gotta work on this blurple thing. We gotta get you to change that. Sarah Butler, we'll do one more history. Sarah Butler says, don't ruin the grits.
Okay.
Hey there, Mike and Steve. Please don't add raisins to your grits. Those are called Yankee grits, and it's absolutely not something we condone in the South.
Can we pause it for a second?
Yes.
One, that sounds like something I would want to try. And two, I'm from Connecticut. So next time you call me a Yankee, I'm suing you.
I'm suing you!
We're swinging on them next
You're
time.
going to
they
hear
say.
from my lawyer. We have your email address.
Anyway, go ahead. I can understand why. They also have a thing with like chicken salad
Oh,
or
interesting.
potato salad. Like they put grapes
Whoa.
in
I've had
grapes
that.
or raisins in
I'm
potato
not a
salad.
fan.
And that's, I don't like that. But I would
Yeah.
at least try raisins in grits.
Yeah.
I can understand how that would
Dude,
make
I've
you
had
upset.
raisins and grits, and it's good.
What if I was like, don't you dare put cheese and tomato sauce on that bread because that's Yankee
Right?
pizza.
How dare you? That's called something else. And it's like, well, then I'm eating something else.
I've been to Austin. Y'all love Italian food.
Right. Do they do it okay over there?
I would try it. It's up in the South. I know
Right.
about. I don't want to have potentially bad stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
She says you'll have a much better time using heavy cream, bacon, and a little sprinkle of cheesy cheese. Shout out to Breakfast, Peace and Love, Sarah B.
I would like more grits too. Where do you get grits in Los Angeles?
I think you could just make them. Dude, someone told
it's really
me.
not complicated.
Dude, okay, so downtown Disney, there's a place called something Cajun Kitchen. There's like a Cajun Southern.
But is it like the
Restaurant.
Chili's of Cajun kitchens?
No, well, I don't know, but Brett Register, who has lived in the South,
Does he have a twang?
or like knows good Southern food, or just like has some family that
Brett's
lives
just a
Southern.
white. He doesn't
I don't
know
know.
nothing.
He's got. That's one of those plain whites.
He's a white straight male. I'm not taking any food
There's
recs
no
from a straight
spice
white
in there.
male.
But he's had Southern grits because either he has family that lives in the South
Sure.
or whatever, and he's had Southern grits, and he's like, motherfucker, Southern grits are the best. So I asked him the same thing you just asked.
said,
Where
"Where
do
do
you
I get
get
it?" And
good
he said that
grits?
place.
He said that place has good grits.
Okay, maybe we can go there.
We'll go to Italy, and then we'll go to Disneyland.
Italy.
We'll go to Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna want some of these cannolis? Do you want me to hang on to the cannolis?
You really have
I have cannolis. Yeah, they sent me cannolis.
Are we talking...
I don't know. They're in a sealed box from that place in New York, and then they sent me these like squeeze like
That's
fucking
too much to have. That's how you get
frosting
diabetes
stuff.
like a
Dude,
real
there's
Italian
two
person.
of them, so there might be a fuck ton of
Wait,
cannolis.
did they send you shells and then you fill your cannolis?
No, I think they want it on the top. I think it's a topping.
No.
Wait,
That's
maybe you're
too much.
right. Maybe they did sell me shells, and I gotta squeeze the creams in there.
I think that would keep it
That
fresher
might
for longer.
make sense.
Did you put the cream in the refrigerator?
creams in the refrigerator.
Okay. Dear Lila.
Well, if you and Zoya want some, maybe I'll save you guys some.
I
or
don't
something.
not want it.
All right, well then we'll figure it out. Guys, thank you for listening to this fucking
What if
oddcast.
you saw me caulking up my bathroom with cannoli filling?
Just along the tub.
Yeah. Seal it up nice.
I'd be like, is this what?
Hold
is
on,
this
hold
something
on.
else Italians do?
Seal Sally. That's what it would be
Yes.
called.
Canoilet.
Seal Cillian. That's what Mario used.
Seriously. We were seriously. What the fuck? Guys, what a fun time. Mike,
Yeah, this was nice. I can't remember anything funny we said, but it was a nice conversation.
dude, when I go to name these, I'm like, I listen to like the first 30 minutes of the show and then go like, all right, the title's in there probably. So far it's worked out. But it's hard to remember what we talked about to even be like, what did we do? Like, what did we like? Because even in the description, I'm like, Mike and Steve talked about this today. It's like, what the fuck did we talk about? Can you tell me what we started this podcast talking about today?
I just want to say, God bless if that bit glossary is still going. God bless anyone doing the bit glossary.
Keeping up with that.
God bless people who love parts of this show and cut them out and make compilations for people.
Dude, Mike and I have a great time with those.
And God bless
my brother for taking care
your
of
brother and your Italian mother.
We're my Italian mother.
And anyone who has been sharing the clips that really Ryan and Leah make. Ryan's, cuts the full episodes, and he's been doing a great job. And then Leah will cut the social clips. And they both just do such a great job. And if you like that, the whole point we make the clips anyway is not only for you guys to enjoy little bite-sized pieces of them, but it's also for, to cast the net to get new people on board and new fans of this show. And when you guys put them in your stories or whatever, so many more people see them, we thank you for that very much.
Yeah.
Everyone who's involved in the process benefits from that.
It's cyclical.
It is cyclical, which means
Ouroboros.
that it's like a bike. And cutting clips is like riding a bike. You never want to do it in the rain.
Cutting clips is like a bike with this where it's eating its own tail.
Running around like a bike with its head cut off.
We all been there. So thank you guys for doing those things and sharing the clips and stuff, and we appreciate you guys. So hope to see you at Mike's show tonight. Netflix is a joke.
And if you're not there, you're dead to me.
Dead to Mike. Dead to rights.
Shut the fuck up. You don't make me get up.